and then we will go live. Hello, happy Monday, holy guacamole. We have a lot to talk about today with Facebook changes. We have 3 ways to take more time back. And it's Martin Luther King Day, so one of my favorite quotes from MLK is, "The time is always right to do the right thing." So let's dive into this episode of the Modern Marketing Show, sponsored by Social Edge. I am Crystal, here to talk about what businesses need to do today to stay in business tomorrow. Now, are you wondering what's going on with Facebook? Are you freaking out? Are you happy? How are you feeling about the Facebook news? In case you didn't hear it, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg specifically, posted on his personal profile on Thursday about some changes that are happening to Facebook. And we can, after the show, I'm totally realizing this now, so my team's not ready, but after the show, we'll link to Mark's post if you want to read his full post. But basically, he was talking about how they want to encourage meaningful conversations and interactions on Facebook, how they are going to focus more on posts from people and groups versus business pages. They talked about the emotional state of a human and how we're happier when we have more conversations, which I kind of thought was interesting that he added that in. He talked about even saying that video posts will see less reach, but live videos is where it's at, saying that lives get 6 times more views. I think it was views versus engagement. And so it was a big announcement, and a lot of marketers and a lot of people in my industry are saying Facebook zero. That's the thing they're saying, and basically meaning zero reach for business pages now with these changes. And I'm going to give you my take on all this, as well as what you can be doing to adapt. So, and Social Edge Insiders, if you're an insider, you guys, I did some videos on Friday you can check out. I also wrote a post today that you can read everything that you need to do to overcome this. So check it out in our group page. But a lot of these things that Mark said have been said by Facebook. I mean, we've been getting warnings for a few years now. I mean, a few years ago, they talked about, there was this big scare that we're not going to get any free reach as a business on Facebook. And a lot of people, significant business pages, big businesses were shutting down their Facebook page. They were giving up on Facebook. And a lot of us marketers were thinking that was crazy. And it was, because free reach still existed. You could still post, you could still connect with your community, but what happened was reach did start to drop. And a lot of my seminars, I talk about how an average Facebook post will get a reach of 1 to 6%. Okay, so meaning like 1 to 6% of people who like you on Facebook see what you're posting. So that's already really small. Now, we have our clients and we have Social Edge Insiders who are seeing higher reach, and part of that is because of ads, part of that is the type of content they're posting, the type of content they're posting by using live. And so I'm saying all this to share that it didn't totally go away. We still saw reach, it did drop, and now we're here again. And I do think we're going to see reach drop more. I don't think we're going to cross over into the Facebook zero land, but here's a few tools for you to use to think about that absolutely should be included in your strategy, in your social media strategy, to help ensure you're still getting exposure and building your business using Facebook. So the first is ads. When you are paying for placement and paying to be seen, you're more likely to be seen. You're going to get in front of more people because you're paying for it. With this change, we're probably going to see more people advertising, which means that we have more competition to bid against for our ads, meaning ad prices will probably go up. The good news for small businesses, local businesses, is you're not trying to reach, all of the United States. You're trying to reach a very targeted audience group of people in your local area who would buy from you. So you're not looking at going from a $200 a month budget to a $2,000 a month budget to compete with this. But I do think ad prices will increase with this change. Ads are still a great way to get exposure. Another thing is groups, and we've talked about this in our Insider. We have some training on Social Edge about groups, and groups are a really great way to build a community. That's what Facebook likes, is this community and these conversations. So you could build a community with people who are your customers or potential customers around a specific theme or topic and create conversation that way. Event pages are still very important. I always recommend creating an event page for any in-store events, sales, or promotions you have going on. And now with the Facebook Local app, which if you haven't downloaded that yet, check it out. You could just search for Facebook Local in your app store. That app allows locals to see what's happening near them. And if you don't have an event page on there, and if you don't have a business page with your local address, you're not going to show up. So that's free placement. We want to make sure that we're utilizing that tool as well. Bots and Messenger, right? So you can, this is something that's been working really well for marketers starting last year, and I think we're going to see a bigger move to more people using bots and Messenger this year because of this change. Basically, what a bot does is it is automation. It allows you to have a conversation with an individual, with a Facebook user, through Messenger. And some of these open rates for these messages through Messenger are as high as 90%, which is super hard to get for email, like almost impossible, I think. So, we're going to be talking more about bots in our Insider group. We have a bot right now that we're experimenting with, and we'll kind of keep our insiders up to date on what all that means. The phone in our conference room is ringing. We don't know who that is. Yeah, and Pauline has something to add.
I just wanted to see if people can comment on one who's advertising right now. We have about 50 people on live with us.
Oh, awesome. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Okay.
Ads.
Hey, everybody. So Pauline is my Facebook ad director, and she had a really good question because we have so many live attendees. So if you are advertising on Facebook already, even if you're boosting because you're still spending money, will you comment on this post, yes, I'm advertising, just so we can have an idea? It's really interesting for all of us to see what's everybody doing. Are you already advertising? I have a feeling that a lot of you probably are, because it's so easy to hit that boost button and get some extra exposure for that post, right? So let us know there. I know there's a slight delay. I see Lorna says yes. We're going to get some more people in there. Angie says Facebook Local is very cool. I totally agree. Ryan, yes. Becky's advertising. Karen, sweet. So I'm going to check those out after this too. But looks like most of us are. I'm not seeing any no's. So that's great, you guys. What's really important is that you keep advertising, pay attention to your budget and the cost per action or conversion. It might slightly increase, and that's okay. I wouldn't panic. We strongly suggest ads, and we have for years now because of how targeted the platform is. You can target people who have shopped with you before, or people who are lookalike customers to them. So such a great platform. Thank you, Pauline, for asking. And you guys, we do manage Facebook ads as well. If you want more information about that, you can head over to our site, socialedge.co, if you need help managing your ads. So that's an option for you.
Oh, Crystal?
Yeah.
Looks like Grant messaged us in our inbox asking you a question about if you see the Facebook opportunity or the change as an opportunity for partnering with influencers.
Okay.
Who have a strong, influencers who have a strong Facebook profile.
Yeah, so Grant is asking, in case Erica was helping me out here, in case you didn't pick up her sound on the mic. Grant, great question about Facebook influencers helping with this new change, because since we're going to be seeing some drop, most likely, in our reach, does it make sense to partner up with somebody? And Grant, I think, like most things, it's worth testing. It just depends on that influencer's community. Like, if these people are already like engaging with this influencer, they have a pretty active community on Facebook, then it's probably going to be a great person and opportunity to partner with to get more exposure for your business on Facebook. It just also look at what type of things they're posting. You know, if they are trying to get meaningful interactions, if when that influencer posts on Facebook, and see if people are commenting and see if that influencer is commenting back. Facebook's looking for these conversations. They want people to comment. They want people to write their thoughts. They want to create conversations. And so it's important, if you are thinking about partnering with an influencer, are they generating those conversations on Facebook today? You know, I will say influencer marketing tends to work best on Instagram, but if you find the right partner on Facebook, it could still help you out there too. Okay, so talked about bots and Messenger. The other thing you can do is when you're on a business page, and you're going to want to teach your customers to do this. So when you're on a business page, if you hover over the follow or the following button, there's an option to see first. And that means that if you select see first, like if you're on the Social Edge page, you said, I want to see these first in my newsfeed. When you sign on to Facebook, whether you're on a mobile device or computer, if you chose to see my post first, you're going to see my content up at the top of your newsfeed, helping ensure that you don't miss anything. And so you might want to do that now so you don't miss anything with these changes that we're experiencing with Facebook. But you can tell your customers as well. So don't just rely on educating them through a Facebook post, because remember that the reach is really low here. I would send out an email telling people how to do this with a screenshot and with a red circle around where they can hover over that following button. You could have signage in your store. Your staff could be talking about it. You know, we do live fashion shows once a month. Join us for those, but make sure you don't miss out. See our posts first, because we do door prizes and fun things, whatever you have going on, right? So you could educate them in store through a Facebook post, through an email, through other social media channels like Instagram. But we just want to get the word out to help people see what you're posting. And the final thing here is just post relevant content that encourages interactions. Don't engagement bait, like comment if you're a morning person and like this if you're a night person. Like, that's not meaningful. It's not relevant. That did once work. You know, that did actually get people to comment. It got them to like. And then when they engaged with your posts, they were more likely to see your stuff in the future. So that's why I used to teach this. You know, us marketers are smart. We know our ways around the algorithm to help you get more exposure. But Facebook always finds out about it and is shutting that down. So just make sure that you're posting relevant things that relate to your business and to your customer. It might mean you're posting less. Maybe some of you are happy to hear that, but we just want to make sure that we're focusing on relevant content.
I have another question
Okay.
that came through from Karen DiStefano. How many pages can you see first in your feed?
So Karen is asking how many pages you can see first in your feed. And I have no idea, Karen. I think Pauline's Googling that for me right now. I do think there's a limit. I was in a feed where we were talking a little bit about that, but I never got the actual number. So stay tuned. Pauline's going to let me know. Okay, any other questions before I go on there?
Yeah, they're coming into our inbox, so I'm just
Okay.
wondering.
Cool.
Grant just sent another question on engagement bait. What if you're doing a contest with a charity partner and are asking people to give meaningful, relevant comments to be entered to win?
So Grant asked about he's doing or maybe thinking about doing a contest with a charity, and if you are asking people to share a meaningful comment on the Facebook post to be entered to win, is that engagement baiting? And so in a way, I mean, yeah, it is. You're asking people to comment on the post, but if it is relevant, where let's say I did a contest once many years ago where we worked with the Breast Cancer Foundation, and what is that? The Susan B. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation? Is that just what it is? And we asked people to share a story of somebody in their life who was a survivor, or how they were affected by breast cancer in their life, and we turned it into kind of this like very inspiring, positive conversation on the post. We weren't doing a contest, we were raising money. So for every comment we got, we donated $1. And so it was really, it had a lot of engagement, and it was a cause, and it was more donation based versus comment to win. So Grant, with this new change, it's so new. I don't know if it's going to affect you in the sense of like, yep, that's engagement baiting, and since it's contest, it's not going to be shown as much. Or if you really connected to the cause, maybe that will help and you'll kind of pass. If you're advertising it, it's going to be shown. So if you're really trying to raise awareness for the charity, for your business, it's a cool campaign you're doing, make sure you're advertising it and you'll get more people who are entering to win. Okay. Do we have a note on see first? 30. So Karen, you can see first of 30 business pages, okay? And you could always change this, you guys. So like I've done this with pages and then I don't like their content. So I'm like, okay, got to remove them. It's easy when you're on the post right-hand side, there's an arrow and you can just remove them from the see first. So, okay, we're going to keep moving here. Reminder, I know I have insiders on this video right now. You guys, head on over to our group. We'll keep talking about this for many weeks. Like I said in there, we're all going through this together. So let's talk about what's working and what results we're seeing. We manage ads for retailers. We'll be keeping an eye on our costs. We'll be sharing that with our insiders. So we'll carry that conversation through there. And now we are switching gears because you want more time, right? I think all of us want more time. As marketers, business owners, we are doing so many things. And in our modern marketing world, there are so many tools. There's Facebook, and there's ads, and there's bots, and there's event pages. I mean, Facebook alone, there are so many things. But we also have email and mobile and digital advertising, Google AdWords, there's a ton. So to help you take back some of your time, it's all about getting organized, and it's all about having a plan. So I have 3 super simple tips. However, even though these are simple, it can be challenging to make sure that they get done because it really can be a shift in how you organize your day. So my first tip is to keep a calendar or a planner. And this is ideally like if you have a calendar for everything that's going on with your marketing, with your events, with your promotions, with content that you're sharing on social. If you do write blogs, you could kind of combine this content and marketing calendar into one so you are organized. So we spend a little bit of time creating this and then adding to it, but it keeps us organized and on track for the future, which ultimately is going to save you time. So we want to be organized. I'm going to recommend that you host this online versus a printed calendar in your back office. It's easier for people to access it if you have a team that's helping you with your events or with your marketing. So just make sure that you have that important dates are on there. You might even integrate your calendar with some business goals. So if you do have goals that you want to achieve by a certain date, you could put those on the calendar as well, and then maybe you work backwards for some different milestones you want to reach in order to meet those goals. So that's our tip for our tip number 1. Our second one is to-do lists and just prioritizing your day, as well as doing some delegation. So if you are new to me and what I teach, I believe strongly that you should have a person managing your social media for you if you are the business owner. I think that the business owner is doing a lot to run the business, that for them to sit down and take the time to create a graphic and write out the post and check in on ads, set up ads, tweak it for budgets, track all of that, do all the reporting, that's a lot of work, and it's something that could be trained to somebody else to keep that ship moving while you focus on your business. So having your tasks prioritized. Ideally, you are then giving these tasks to your social media manager. If they are trained, then they know what they need to get done each day. They have their checklists, their to-dos, and then you could check in with them. I recommend doing just a weekly, like 15-minute check-in to make sure that they are supporting your business through their daily tasks. Okay? So they're posting things that relate to your goals and what you're trying to achieve with your business. One tool I love so much for my to-do list, it's a project management tool called Asana.com. And we'll post a link in there if you want to check it out. It's a free tool. My team and I, we all use it. You could schedule your to-dos. You can have deadlines. You can do a calendar view or a list view. You can schedule tasks and to-dos for team members. It's a way to keep you organized, accountable, and have everything in one place. They've got a mobile app. I can't say enough about this tool. It's awesome. That'll save you a ton of time. And then, let's see, I wanted to make sure, I know I have something I want to talk about. Okay. Oh, okay, that's my challenge. So then my third tip is to create folders. And this is really about the organization. What I recommend doing is using Google Drive. So if you're not on Drive, you can check it out, drive.google.com. It's what we use here. I was sort of resistant when my team came to me and said, hey, we need a better way to organize what we're all working on, because I had to learn it. We had to shift. After we made that change, I can't imagine my life without Google Drive. It just helps us all stay organized. So you could create different folders that you share with people on your team. You can have your marketing folder, maybe you have your vendor folder, like vendor images. Sometimes your vendors that you carry in store will send you images, or you download those. You could put them all in your folder so your social media person or your marketing person can access those. You can have planning folders, accounting, all aspects of the business. But when you set yourself up for success like this with having organization, again, it's going to save you a lot of time in the future, especially when you're trying to find something. You're like, oh, where is that saved on my computer? Or I've seen retailers where they have a ton of stuff saved on their desktop, like everything's saved on their desktop. This just creates that organization for you and your entire team. So let's see. Cool. So another tool outside of Google Drive, you could also use Dropbox. A lot of our retailers really like Dropbox. You would use one or the other. You don't need to use both, in my opinion. And then, okay, cool. So those are your 3 tips. And I have a challenge for you to focus on this week, but it'd be super cool if this is just something that you integrated into your overall day. So what I want you to try to do this week is, before you leave your business, take 10 minutes and look at your to-do list for tomorrow. You're planning your day tomorrow, okay? That way, when you come into your store, you come into your business, you know what needs to get done, your top priorities, and you're able to start making progress towards your goals when we're focusing on those things, instead of coming into the business, what do I have to do today? Oh, now I'm checking email. Now I'm over on social. And then your day is completely gone. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this. I can relate to this. If we don't have our focuses for the day. And I find this to work way better to do the night before you leave. That way you're not wasting any time in the morning. You could just jump right in. So that's my challenge to you this week. Let us know how it goes, or if you have anything that you find effective to help you staying organized and getting your to-do list done, but also moving the business forward to reach your goals. So if you are not sure where to start with your social media strategy, I mean, these are little tips to keep you organized. And look, it's not just your social media, it's your overall business, right? But social could be so overwhelming, it could be distracting, and you have to have a strategy of what you're posting, where you're posting, how often, how are you measuring it, and how are you actually seeing sales from social media. That's why I created the trading course, Social to Sale, and exciting news, the doors are opening soon, so you could get on our wait list. We'll share the link on this video so you can be the first to be notified. We open and close doors, so if this is a starting place, the training you've needed, and you want to start the year off right, don't miss out. Doors are going to be closing on February 7th. So stay tuned, get on that wait list, and I think that's it for today. Is there any other things I need to mention here that anybody said? Okay.
There's questions.
Oh, maybe not. Okay. Are they relevant questions? Do you guys want to read them? Or do you, instead of me going through all these, my video also is totally out?
Jean Holler asks, so does this mean we should no longer to Win It Wednesdays, like the 12 days of giveaway, going back to the change?
Sure. So Jean, hi. It was so good to see you on whatever day that was. It's all blending together last week. So Jean's asking about Win It Wednesday. She should still do that. So Jean, will you just test? You know, it's new. We're not really sure how this is going to affect our normal posts. Since you have a Win It Wednesday, you have then trained your audience to come to your page on Wednesday, and hopefully you share this at the same time so they know, and they're going to you. They're not waiting for you to come to them in their newsfeed, and hopefully they see it. So keep doing it. Don't stop, and just monitor your reach and the engagement that you get on those posts. If it starts to drop, you might consider advertising it, doing as low as $5, or you could do a 10, 20, depending on how effective this is for driving traffic and your engagement. But just keep testing it. I think it's something that's worth you continuing to do. Other questions? I saw Becky on here who says, I love Dropbox. Excellent tips. As always, Crystal, thanks. You're so welcome, Becky. I hope you're well. Great tips. Cool. Okay.
I just
One
saw
more?
one about Matthew asking about how much we charge to run a Facebook campaign.
Okay. So Matthew, you're asking about what we charge to run Facebook campaigns. So we focus it on a month-to-month basis where we run many campaigns each month dependent upon what your business goals are. We're also kind of an extension of your marketing department or team where we give you feedback and guidance on what to post and to what audiences as well. So you can head on over to our site to learn more about what we do there, but it's $897 a month, and we require a 6-month minimum contract. So if you are interested, go ahead and apply to be an ads client. We ask you to apply because we want to make sure that you're going to be a good partner for us too. We need you to be posting to Facebook. We also run Instagram ads. We want you involved. Like I said, we're an extension of your team, and so we just want to make sure that it's a right fit, and we know that we can help you out. So if you're interested, just go ahead and apply. Okay, good.
Grant just asked one more, if there's time. He's wondering, how do you effectively separate your professional and, I think he meant personal because he said professional engagement on your Facebook profile so you don't expose your professional network on there with your personal life too much?
So Grant, if you have more questions about this, we could go in the insider since this is a little bit separate than what we're talking about in this episode because it really varies on the business. I know that you work for a jeweler. I'm not sure if you're asking if you, Grant, needs to do more personally as the jeweler or what you're supposed to be posting as Grant for the jeweler that you work for. So Grant, how about we do this? Let's take this over into the insider group. If you could ask a little bit more specifically what you're looking for there, and then I can help you out in the group. Okay, everybody, that is it for today. I am thankful that you spent your time here with me. I know that your time is valuable, so thank you. Remember that success can be simple, and together we can make it happen. I will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.